guys, it's Mimi1239 here, and I'm here to give you guys my review video for Girl Meets Hollyworld. So I first want to say that this episode, I cannot compare this episode to Eric Hollywood. Remember when Eric, if you watch Boy Meets World, you would probably remember this episode where he goes to Hollywood. I was about to say Hollyworld. I cannot. Okay. He goes to Hollywood with Feeney, and he basically is going out for the role as Eric. Everybody else in the cast that he's auditioning with, they're all basically Corey, Sean, and Topanga. It's just a meta episode that they did. So yeah, I don't think this episode, you cannot compare this episode with something like that. That episode was great. I love it. I love it so much. This episode was a mess, I think, in my opinion. I feel like this episode didn't really have like a good structure. It was so over the top, I think. I think it has to do with the writers, the person that wrote this episode. I'm sorry. I know there's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna say that this episode was horrible and not good, and I don't know who to blame. Disney, I usually go for you guys because you guys are the network. You guys haven't renewed the show yet, so I have to go for you guys. I'm sorry. I don't know who to blame for this episode. I thought it was gonna be like a fun episode where towards the end where they audition and stuff like that. I thought that was gonna be a thing. It was barely a thing because that happened at the very end. I was excited for that part, obviously. But the whole beginning part was so weird. Borrowing her, and that's not really realistic. And then her knowing that Katie is Maya's mother, and let's go over this episode. I'm not gonna say much because I don't even remember what happened. Also, what I don't understand is how we can go from something like Girl Meets Her Monsters to something like this in 2 weeks. Did they not think this through? At least put all the bad episodes next to each other and all the good ones, like, I don't know. This is so bad, I don't know. So this episode starts with Maya asking Riley what would happen if she kidnapped someone. Would she go to jail or something like that? And Riley's like, okay, what did you do? So it turns out that Maya kidnapped an actress. Oh, I don't remember her name, but the actress, I'll just call her the actress. Even though they said it so many times, you're this person, you're that. I don't remember. So she kidnapped an actress in order for her mom to get the role that the actress was going for. So they go to Maya's room. Riley finds that she has her bow wrapped around her mouth. They kidnapped her, or she kidnapped her. So Riley thinks she's an accomplice because the bow thing was in her room. That's what it was. She found it in her room. Why would Maya do that? Is that okay? Like, if she's gonna kidnap someone, can you not get your friend involved? I don't know. Okay. Obviously, Riley didn't do much. She didn't do anything to help with the kidnapping. Maya did it herself, you know, but she's getting her involved. And Riley is so naive in that sense, so I feel bad for her. After that, we go to Maya and the actress. Like, the actress is very like, oh, I want this, I want that. She's so high maintenance because she is an actress and she's a very famous person. So she wants everything handed to her. She wants a fountain. If a teenager actually would kidnap an actress, I mean, it probably does happen, but I've never heard of it. They're not gonna be feeding her that luxury, you know? It's weird. Like, these situations are really weird. Who comes up with this stuff? I don't know. I mean, I hope this wasn't like a real life situation. They keep like asking Topanga, oh, what would happen if Maya did this and we did this? Would you help us? Are you a good lawyer? Have you ever lost a case? And Topanga's like, yeah, I've never lost a case and everything. So 6 minutes of this episode was spent them figuring out whether they should tell Topanga or not and what happened during the kidnapping borrowing part. And then Katie walks in normally and she's like, oh, my friend from back when we were friends. How does this even happen that they're friends and Maya kidnapped an actress that was Katie's old friends without her knowing about it, but with the friend knowing Katie? I don't know. So then Riley's freaking out because when they go to class, there's a police officer, so they're like freaking out. It turns out it's career day. Career days in the Girl Meets World / Boy Meets World universe are usually very important to the show. Like, career day in Boy Meets World, that was when Chet left Sean, and Sean's mom also left as well. Girl Meets World Career Day Season 1, that's when we finally met Maya's mother and we realized that she was like a Chet. And now in this career day, like, what? I don't know. They could have done so much more with this career day. You know, career day is very important in both shows. Why is there 2 career days, by the way? They have career day part 1, part 2. They try to just make sense out of this, but it's called career day, you know? one day. Why am I getting upset about this? In the next career day, we find out that the career day before that, part 1, it was Yogi's dad who was a police officer. In this career day, Sarah's dad is now presenting, and he's a director. We did know from season 1, Girl Meets Maya's mother, Sarah's saying that her father is a director when Katie asks Sarah, what does your dad do? And now we finally get to see that 2 years later. One of the only continuity things they can keep up with is that. So then he's looking for the actress, and I don't understand why he needs to ask a 9th grade classroom, where's this actress? Why isn't she around? Does anybody know where she is? I mean, I know Riley and Maya know where she is because obviously they kidnapped her, or Maya kidnapped her, but why is that a question that he has to ask? Is there a reason? So then he calls the FBI, even though that was never brought up again, that he called the FBI to look for the actress, but they finally fess up to Topanga that they stole the actress, or that they borrowed her. The actress confesses that she actually wasn't like kidnapped because she actually wanted to be there because she wanted to see Katie, and she knows about Maya being her daughter and everything, so she was okay with it, or else obviously she would have freaked out and it would have been worse. Too dark for the show, you know. So then they start dancing, and this is one of the cringiest things I've ever seen in the show. So they start dancing and they start like reminiscing about when they were friends and when they were like teenagers, I guess. Riley and Maya are like, how could this happen that they just separate and they're not friends anymore? It's weird because like they've been friends since they were 7 years old, like Riley and Maya, right? They've been friends for that long. How long is that? Like 8 years? That's a long time. So they've been friends for a very long time, but they've never had a friendship that can grow apart. Like I feel like they've never experienced that, right? And so the reason why the actress and Katie drifted apart was because the actress became famous, obviously. Katie is like, I'm gonna go out for the role of myself and I'm gonna beat you. Like, it's like competition now, which turned very quickly from like their friendship, reminiscing, dancing thing. Katie gives like her audition, and it's supposed to be authentic, right? She says it to the actual Riley and Maya, her actual feelings to them, and they kind of mentioned Sean a bit in this episode because they said that Katie is finally married to Sean. So where the heck is Sean? It's so weird that they mention Sean, but they can't show him because Ryder's not available most of the time. Like, he's not there to be Sean all the time that he's on set, right? He's mostly there to be a director. But it's so weird because, like, we're like, oh, Sean, yeah, but he's not around. Sean is supposed to be the one that stays, right? But we don't see him. So how can we say that he's staying and that he's being there for them, right? It's weird. It's so weird. So then Katie gets the role finally. She's gonna star in a movie about herself. So then the ending is Farkle and Lucas and Zay. They're dressed up very differently from themselves, and they kind of say some meta stuff, especially Zay, where he's like, oh yeah, I'm just calling my manager or something, and I'm gonna make myself a semi, which is kind of what Amir is in the show, because I think the writers even said one time in the Q&A that we had like in July that Amir chose to not appear in the credits because he wanted to stay like a semi-regular. He didn't want to be in every episode of the show, but he is kind of in every episode of the show, almost. Not the whole show, but like in season 3 especially. This is my favorite part. This is gonna be the thumbnail. Nobody got the role that they were going for except for Katie. I mean, the only positive thing I can see is that Katie's finally progressing in her acting career. So then Farkle is auditioning for Farkle, and he doesn't know how to be Farkle. Everybody's auditioning for themselves. Zay, Smackle? Why did I say Smackle? Zay, Farkle, and Lucas, and nobody gets the part. Like, we see how it went, which was okay, and that's the end of the episode. I love especially his audition, because he was like, say it again, the Zay what part, and nah, he's like, nah, you're not cut for it. I have to give this episode a fair rating, so I give it a 5, which is very generous. I've never given an episode this low of a rating before. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought. It's right there. What you guys saw of this episode. Okay, this is something I want to bring up. Maya said this. She wants to continue being her mother's daughter. She wants to be Riley's friend forever. And she wants everybody in the classroom to know how important they are to each other. Meanwhile, they don't talk to each other and they barely know each other. And that doesn't happen. Once you get out of high school, you don't see everybody every day and they become irrelevant to you, you know. It depends, but it's very rare that you'll always remain friends with the people that you are in high school with, you know. It's almost impossible because because you all go your different ways, right? You go your different directions, and some people you don't never see again, which is kind of sad, but you don't see them again. Some people you'll see them once a year, twice a year, depending, but that's it. Do you guys agree with me? If you guys don't, let me know why. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for always watching. Mwah. I hope you guys are having a really nice day or night or whatever time you guys are watching this, and as I said, let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of this episode. Give it a rating, and if you want, you can rant, because I don't really care. You guys can do anything you want, just don't send hate. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye. Welcome to Hollywood.